I'm going to start recording so that we can talk about the meeting.
Steroid shop.
Well, that's a good thing to have in the beginning.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back.
Amazing.
$50 per potion, so...
What is that, like the thrift shop of potions?
Yeah, it sells potions and instant heal potions.
Okay, there we go.
PvP pit rules.
Okay, so is everyone set?
I'm ready to discuss.
I'm here. I'm good.
Okay, let me get my paper out. Well, document out.
I really only have one thing to talk about.
God damn it, Tad.
Here's my question. Does AP really like men?
We can have questions at the end like that.
Please hold your questions until the end of the
Yes.
debate.
Okay, so I'm gonna start this. So,
God.
yeah. Today we're having this, meeting because we need to make some changes to the server. I'm gonna, like, run through these little sections, and then after each section we'll have, like, time to ask questions, whatever, before moving to the next one. And then general comments at the end.
Okay.
And, nobody speak unless it's, like, dead silent and you're asked for an opinion, or you're an admin.
Unless you're an admin, Brad.
Oh.
God damn.
Okay. So the first thing. Advertising is something that we're gonna have to be doing soon. We're gonna have to pick what sites we're gonna do it on. I'm thinking about putting one person in charge of, like, each site's ad. Anybody have any questions on that?
I have a comment.
I have...
What is that comment?
I have Blender open right now. I'm working on a banner jobby. It's driving me crazy, but I'm working on that.
That's good to know. That's for the competition, I assume?
Yeah, advertisement banner.
Alright, cool.
So,
You're in Blender?
Yes.
I've used that. It's hard as crap to use. I can
Yes.
use
Yes, it is.
FreeCAD, which is meant for
Alright.
engineering, but I can't
Guys,
use
shut
Blender.
what
just
sites
use
are we
Gems.
considering using?
Okay, Planet Minecraft, Reddit, Minebook, and possibly one other. I'm
can do
thinking
Reddit.
Minecraft forums, but we get a high concentration of retards from there, so I'm not
That's true.
sure if that's gonna work.
So, do
Sultan.
we want to assign staff members to each advertisement, or normal, regular users, or what?
I think staff would work out best, but if for some reason we don't have enough people who are willing to do that, I will pick regular people as well.
Okay.
And what...
I have a comment to make.
What is that comment?
Okay, you know how if Minecraft forums has tons of retards that come in, then that's just more people for us to ban.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Because they all start griefing and then ban.
I like that thinking.
Can I have a say?
Go ahead.
I can do the Reddit if needed, just in case a staff member doesn't want to.
I second that. Pig is amazing at
Alright,
Reddit.
Oh, yeah, right, but Pig actually has karma. I have negative karma because Reddit hates me.
Reddit likes my comments.
Over 7,000 karma.
I mean, I'm not going to drop numbers, but 33,000 would be something I would say. But
What? You have that much karma?
maybe I found it. I don't know.
I've got -1.
Alright, so bullet points for the advertisement. We're gonna go into different sites, have one person in charge of each. Tad has more karma than everyone, and we're having a barbecue pit.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we good
It's
on
always a
that?
barbecue pit.
We're all
Anything
agreed on the
else?
advertisement.
Yeah. Anything else? Any questions on advertising? Anything at all?
We should
I have,
advertise at the forum too.
well, I have one suggestion.
Go ahead, Ted.
Maybe, I know we are originally from current events, but maybe we should put our topics from now on the Minecraft board. I know.
No.
But, I mean, you know, we
No,
get 500 people, 500 post topics, we'd be top on the top of that all the time.
The only thing, there's no
You
point in
know
not
what?
having one. It always dies.
I actually think maybe it would be a good idea if we have the current events one and we also run one on the Minecraft forum also. We can keep like the general chatter in the Minecraft forum one and then just keep our topic on CE for like important stuff.
I'm willing to
Yeah, I
keep
agree with
the Minecraft board on Game Packs updated if need be.
We could also put some on there, I suppose.
I have
No
no
harm.
account.
There's no harm in not having advertisements in as many places as possible, I don't think.
I
That's
have a comment to
true.
make.
Because if they're badly
Advertisements.
banned.
Sultan, I have a
Yeah,
comment to make.
comment.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
GameFAQs account, and it's I have a relatively high amount of karma, which wouldn't
I'm
affect
good.
much, other than, well, of course, I'm more likely to be able to advertise and get away with it.
Karma means shit now that you can buy it.
You
T-shirts.
can buy it.
For T-shirts.
Yeah.
100
Oh.
karma per $20 t-shirt. $200 is 1,000 karma.
Wait, what's
What?
this on?
Game
Game
facts.
facts.
Oh god.
So are we good on advertisement? We can move on.
Yeah, is
No.
everybody done with this, or
One
do you
second.
still have
I'm
more stuff?
making a comment. I'm making a
Okay,
comment.
RPG.
We definitely should keep it on C because C gets roughly 8,000 unique IP views per day. So if,
Yeah, I agree.
even a fraction of those subs that could fill up our server.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
have
we're
another
definitely going
comment.
to keep a topic there, but we're
Well,
also going to have a topic active on the Minecraft forums, too.
Oh yeah, of course.
I have a comment to make. Question, comment. So, I actually checked, like, I lost my track topic. Somehow I think I accidentally clicked stop tracking. And I looked, and CE is almost always at the top of the current events list. Almost always.
CE is current events.
Well, I mean, our topic is almost at the top of the... It's always on the first page. It's almost always at the top.
Well, yeah. Once we post like recently, it'll be there.
I know, but
But,
since we post so often, it's almost
yeah.
always there, and then it'll
Yeah,
get
it's there for
viewed.
you.
So, I don't use the Minecraft forums. I don't know anybody who does, unless you guys do. What we
The
have
point
that.
isn't to attract people we know, it's to get, like, new people.
Okay, so it would just be a strictly advertising
Yeah.
topic.
Basically.
Okay.
And we could post general things in it to subtly bump it. Like, oh yeah, I'm having such a great time, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Even if
Okay.
you're having a shitty day. Alright, are we moving on then?
Yeah.
Fun isn't hard when you're on the server.
Sultan.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a comment to make. Okay, you know how like they'll have those customer reviews on stuff.
Yeah.
Right, I want mine on some of the advertisements. I want it to say, "This server is nuclear, Bradley B."
Okay, we can include that tag somewhere.
Yes.
I will include that in my little Blender picture.
Yes.
Alright,
I think it's still the
so
best.
Alright,
Can
what's our
we-
next topic?
can we move on from this topic, or you guys still have questions?
Sure, we
We
can
can
leave.
move on.
Okay.
Move on.
Let me see what the next point is. Is that a comment or
Are you
Quick
joking?
question. No, I'm not joking. Quick question.
go ahead?
Although I am shoving pizza down my face.
I
What?
had pizza too.
Awesome. Although yours is probably not homemade.
God damn it!
Ah! When do you want the banner by? What's the deadline?
There's no real deadline. Like within the next
Oh.
2 weeks would be good.
I mean, for like the contest thingy, is that like the next 2 weeks as well?
I suppose, yeah, the next 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no
I'm done.
rushes there. Alright, moving
Sorry
on
if
to
mine
the
wasn't
next.
really a banner, though.
Moving on to the next section.
You're my flash drive.
This is
click.
where like the actual discussion about changes starts.
Alright.
So, I was talking to Farrah the other day, and he thinks that, and I also agree with, that we would benefit from minimalizing on plugins. That
Oh,
means
God.
like taking out a couple plugins that are related to like balance and protection and stuff, because it would be a lot more accessible if we were a lot less like quote hardcore as a server.
Now,
For
that would entail
example, like
residents,
griefing
correct?
is 100% illegal, so there wouldn't really be a need for residents. We could have a protection from creepers and stuff that you can apply yourselves, but residents would really be obsolete because griefing is illegal anyway.
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
This actually came up as a problem. Shady and multiple people dug into my basement. It wasn't considered griefing because my basement's naturally sealed, and it was this huge thing where like half the staff thought they should be banned because it's my friggin' basement, and basically everybody knows that like.
When was
You
this?
see this? Oh, it was months ago, and nothing actually happened about it. The
Okay,
other
this
half
is
of the staff
That's a good point.
decided.
This is a good comment, but we're gonna save that till we get to discussion about like rules and bans and stuff.
No. I have nothing. I'm over that. It's just the fact that they dug in. So the only way for me to protect my mountain completely was to residence it, because otherwise people would just see it. Oh, this is just a hill. I can dig into this, and then they'd get inside and ruin all my stuff.
Okay, questions
So-
for Sultan actually. Could we have like an aesthetic residence that maybe doesn't cost money, but we can apply like names? So like, if you see you've dug into a named place, like if you keep doing that, that would be considered griefing.
It would be either that, or if you dig into a place and you don't immediately dig back out and replace it or notify somebody, you get in trouble for that.
I agree.
Like if say
We
you
need
dig
to,
into
we need to
someone's
stop
house by
bullshitting
accident.
ourselves.
Say you dig in someone's house by accident. If you do not immediately get out, like if you decide to explore, poke around, and you get caught doing that, or someone has evidence that you did that, you get severely punished for that.
So one thing you can do, like Eagle said, to aesthetically residence, you can make it so that the blocks cost nothing to residents. That would
Why did
eliminate the
blocks
money
cost anything in the
factor.
first place?
But
Why did it cost money in the first place?
Because
it's
of
like
balance.
15 cents a block.
The whole point of having residence was to like have a money sink and to create some kind of hardcore
The
atmosphere.
reason it costs money is because people would just residence like huge continents and be like, "Oh, this is mine now. Now you can't build on it."
Oh yeah, I see where you're coming from.
So
Technically-
maybe just
Brad, your mic.
I do like the idea of an aesthetic residence where it says like you're in X territory, and if you
Exactly.
don't get out, then
Because
problems
sometimes that's
happen.
even nice to see. Like when you enter an area and it greets you, and it you know, when you leave it says something. Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just without like the protective properties or even the money.
Brad, stop.
Okay, the next thing which
What?
I'm gonna need some
I'm eating.
feedback on is that theft should be completely illegal, whether it's from an
What?
unlocked chest or what.
Haha, the little thief.
I do agree with this.
Yeah.
I agree with this too.
Does anybody object to it?
No.
Theft isn't completely illegal.
Okay, fine.
As of now,
because-
you're allowed to steal from an unlocked chest, and there are no like political.
I mean, all it
server
really does
repercussions.
is hurt new players because they can't afford to lock their stuff. And on the
Exactly.
flip side of that, just for the added peace of mind, LWC would become free to use for chests.
Okay.
And
I do
doors.
not object to this.
Free WLC.
The lock plugin.
I would take the
I do not
lock
object to
plugin
this.
free, to be honest.
Huh?
I
Well,
think
it would-
the,
it would be free if theft was illegal.
Yeah, I just said it will be free.
Okay.
Just for
Yes,
added
for
peace of mind.
Because Sultan and I, well, Sultan and Fair were discussing this, but Sultan and I were discussing this as well. Back when World 1 was around, theft was illegal, and we do tend to think that politically things on the server were better in World 1. And I think we could bring back some of that
Yeah,
atmosphere.
I mean, I'm
People get
still
upset
gonna
if. I'm sorry.
allow like PvP, but there will be restrictions on that. Like, you're not allowed to kill somebody repeatedly for like no reason at all. Like,
Now-
you can still PvP, you can kill somebody, but I don't want people just running around like killing the same person like 10 times in a row. There will be
Now, to be
limits.
clear, that's different
Yeah,
from spawn
me.
killing, though.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so that's like going out of your way to repeatedly kill someone who's wronged you.
Repeatedly is wrong. Yeah, you can do it
But I
like
think-
2-3 times, okay, but like if you just keep going
Right.
at them, then no.
The problem with that is that there's not always someone to be around to witness that, and that like
Yeah.
that's like a really loose definition of repeatedly. So I think personally,
That's why we need police.
I think a one kill, like, okay, I think really the thing is, if we get rid of theft, there's a lot less of a reason to ever kill anyone.
That is
Yeah.
true.
and plus,
So I think we
do
can
the
cross that
fight
bridge when
pit.
we get to it.
So how about for now just no spawn killing, which just stays the same.
Okay.
Alright. And also I would also remove the death charge, which is where you're charged $50 just for dying.
Oh,
I would-
please.
Okay, no
Thank
question
you.
on that though.
I
Question
agree
on
with that.
Someone told me if Fred said something useful, I muted him. Just making alien ass noises.
Brad's been contributing. It's fine.
He's the Slenderman of this group.
Solta, can I say something?
Go
Thing
ahead.
about that. Now, I personally don't like the money charging thing. And what is our policy on grinding for acrobatics? Because
What, after
whole
we take the
deterrent.
death tax off?
the whole deterrent is that the deterrent to acro grinding is that you lose money for dying.
Yeah,
And there's
I mean,
there's
I
no
wouldn't
penalty
really
to dying.
care about it because, okay, we're all playing on this server, we're all pouring time into it. If you want to die like 50 million times so that you cannot take fall damage for the rest of your summer, then
I
go
think
ahead
that's
and
fair.
do that.
Yeah.
Alright.
When I acro trained, I actually didn't die because the thing I was told was that all the death that acro training was illegal because of all the death messages spamming the chat.
No,
That's
it
what
was
I was
illegal
told.
because when we were balance focused and all hardcore and stuff, it was like against the nature of that. I mean,
Also-
the spamming of
Okay.
the messages was like a side effect, but it wasn't the main reason for being against
That
it.
still does create a problem, though. Do we allow that because of the death message spam?
Yeah, I
Well-
purposely avoided.
I'm gonna say
dying
if
when I did that.
people
Like, if it's a
people
busy
start
night.
complaining about it, I'm gonna say like be decent about it and don't do it. Like if people complain, stop, then just stop. Like do
I
it
would think
some
we
other
could enact
time.
a kind of like population rule where if there's like a certain amount of people on, you shouldn't be allowed to do it. Like
Yeah,
more than
like
4 or
unless-
5.
What
unless-
about
like,
people who
they
like
agree
put a
with you
weighted
that you can
object
do
on
it.
one of their keys and then just leave
yeah,
while they
a
return to
courtesy
their
thing.
home?
You
Or
can
they
ask
return
for
to
like a
spawn.
public.
Sultan.
You can ask for like public census if you're allowed to.
What about if like someone puts a weight, like a heavy object onto their forward key and just keeps jumping off while going back from a spawn point that they see?
That's a
Well,
good point,
how
like
are
what
they
Zan
gonna
said.
click respawn?
Oh,
Because you have to click to respawn.
Well, no, he does raise a good point though with the fishing thing. Because
Oh,
remember,
with the fishing thing, okay. I'm still gonna say that any sort of thing where you're not actually at your keyboard is illegal.
I'm gonna agree with that too.
Because you can just
AKA
use, you can
pulling his
easily
hand.
use
I
tape
agree.
for your mouse.
Yeah.
So
Like
that's what
tape it
Santa
and you
did.
have infinite fishing.
Yeah, no,
There's-
anything that involves you leveling without actually being there will
You have to be
result
physically present.
in... So will AFK bypassing. Like how we have that, that's still gonna stay. I might push it up to 20 minutes, but sometimes people have to go AFK a little longer.
Yeah, that would
Oh.
help.
That sounds good.
I think the AFK is fine as it is right now.
Noted.
Alright, and since all these things, like such as like theft and all that is gonna be illegal, I think this will give the mod team actual stuff to mod, where I feel like sometimes we've been instigating
Yeah, I'm a
because there's
bitch,
no
bitches.
real problems, there's nothing
Yeah.
to like,
Right.
be against. And since all these things are gonna be back into play, we're gonna have a reason to actually do things and like check up on people.
Yeah, but
Okay,
then-
question actually. I think, and this is going back a bit, but I didn't think of it before. By making locking free, I think like if we get rid of residents, maybe locking should still cost money.
How
Because, I
much?
mean, not much. What is it now?
It's, I think,
$50
$100 a lock.
discounted.
Make it like 10. Make it like 25. Just make it so like there's a reason to lock. Like
Okay, yeah, okay, so that people aren't just putting like 1,000,000 doors
Right.
that are locked. Okay, yeah,
because
that's doable.
because there's the whole stealing being illegal thing. Like it won't even be a problem if people lock their things for free.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what? Maybe chests should be free and maybe have doors cost like $25.
Well, yeah, because you don't want people locking a ton of
Can you
doors, but
separate
it's
the
fine
cost
with
on this?
chests.
Yeah, chests
Sorry, Nate.
should be free. Doors will be like $25.
Sounds good.
And then like the first 5 will be free or whatever.
And then we have just we've actually been recording our conversation, so you'll be able to listen to it later. But we're
Yeah.
only like 3 points in. We've talked about locking. What is it? What else? Advertising.
Pretty much just advertising, locking, and plugins.
Yeah.
And topics.
And when I
although that kinda
said-
doesn't-
When I said we're gonna
Brad. Stop.
When I said that we're gonna lighten up on plugins, we're still gonna be keeping things like the PvP plugin because a lot of people like that. So
Okay.
we're gonna cut
So-
some, but we're not gonna cut like the essential
What is the
things, of
PvP?
course.
So actually, though, let's
the
go back to that again.
class-based fighting thing.
Did you not know about that?
Random about it.
Sultan,
Huh?
you know how you can change death messages?
I actually removed that because they're detailed enough now.
Oh, 'cause
Yeah.
I wanted to be a composer of death messages, and it'd be like, X rammed his fist up player X's ass.
Anyway,
You know what?
As I
If
was
that
saying-
plugin ever stabilizes back out, I would be open to having like community submitted death messages for that. But for now, it's not stable at all.
Would be
So
submitted because I can make
Okay.
super brutal stuff.
Sultan, can we get a list of the plugins that would be potentially on a cut list?
I will make
Good
a
idea.
list of those and post them tomorrow morning.
Alright.
Okay, everybody ready for the next point?
Next one.
Yes.
Brad,
Okay.
basically. The name.
Okay, so the next point is concrete punishments. And the main reason for this is people like Legos and FYS. Pretty much, we're not today, but another day, we're all gonna combine our minds or whatever, make up a list. Okay, you do X and Y happens. So you break into a house, this is what happens for this amount of time. You steal something from somebody, this is what happens for this amount of time. You do this, you get banned, stuff like that. And it's gonna be followed like by the book, no exceptions. I don't care who you are, you do that, that's what happens to you.
Yeah, the thing with this is the mods have really kind of been free-balling punishments with the court system and everything.
That's the other point. Court is
Right.
gonna
Yeah, and I don't know
go.
what the fuck I'm doing.
That was
Court
just supposed to be like a
shit.
joke. Like, it was never supposed to catch on, but somehow everybody became entitled to like a title. Like, I'm still gonna keep it around for fun and jokes, but it's not gonna be like a serious thing.
Right.
Sultan,
So are we...
can I commit my last theft since it's my last theft since it's not technically illegal yet?
Can you what?
Commit my last theft since it's not technically illegal yet.
I mean, nothing's illegal yet. I'm just saying what the changes are going to be. I haven't
Okay.
changed anything yet.
There's some cool gunpowder.
Are you serious? You've been stealing while I've been talking about not stealing?
Yeah. Ooh, more gunpowder, bread, cocoa
Okay.
beans.
Okay. Is everybody clear on the punishment things?
Does
I don't
everybody
imagine
support?
anybody would be unclear on that.
Does
I'm
everyone support
fucking
the
100%
punishment thing?
behind this.
Well, Peg, that does like okay, and I don't want to be like the instigator here, but you do tend to get in trouble a lot, and you have to understand that there will be consequences other than just a temporary banning or like a cooling off period.
Yeah,
Like
realize
we
that.
do have to stop giving exceptions to people. And,
Like, let's say
I'm not going to
now-
lie, we do that too.
I'm not naming any names. Like, let's say now somebody decides to
Sorry.
TNT a town.
Oh, that was
That's going to be dealt with a little bit more harshly than like a couple days in jail.
So you do have to, you know, watch yourself.
I mean, that's not just you though. Like on our other worlds, we've had people like do that, and they've been like permanently banned.
Hell. I'm all for this.
Alright.
All right. So
Then
is
you have to
everybody
behave.
clear? Everybody's clear on concrete punishments. Nobody objects.
No
Yeah, I'm
restrictions
clear on that.
whatsoever.
Okay. Next point. I was thinking about having our own side forums for people, but I think the Minecraft forums is fine. My main reason was I wanted a place for people who didn't want a level 15 account for GameFAQs to be able to post, but anyone can join Minecraft forums, so that will work.
Wait,
That'll be
level
mostly
15
for, like-
account could post.
Yeah. Okay. And that'll be for like ban appeals and such, which will be taken care of by administrators. So pretty much like we'll hand out a ban for an offense, and if you have a good reason why you shouldn't be banned, you'll post a ban appeal in the section forum, and then we'll take a look at it, and you'll be unbanned or you'll stay banned.
Sort of like Mine Z, in a way. The shotgun forum.
Yeah. And the other thing I want to talk about is moderator duties. Like, there's going to be clear lines where if you're going to be a mod, like, there's things that you can and can't do. Like, don't get me wrong, like, people like Maxim and all them, like, he's cool and all, but, like, say you spawn kill somebody, even someone, like, stupid like Xanth, there need to be consequences for that.
I agree.
like mods are gonna be for like keeping the peace, not creating like problems. Like if someone like, I'm not saying like you can't do anything, you can't kill people or anything, but like try to be like as non-antagonistic as possible.
Civil.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm still gonna kill stupid people like Jiminator. Just like there's gonna be boundaries. So is everybody clear on that?
Yeah.
Sort of?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, for
How
the next
about-
part, I'm gonna wait till Eagle gets back, so if you guys have questions...
He's back.
Oh, okay, he's back.
Sultan, I'm making a nether work garden in our military base.
Nice.
I swiped some soul sand.
Also, got a question.
I would actually like that if possible. Like, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but today, like, at 9:30, a thing came up that said, like, a meeting started, right?
Yeah.
That scared me.
Yeah, I actually started that event when we were gonna do it at 9:30. I didn't change it to 10. But, like, stuff like that will help keep everybody, like, aware of what's going
Yeah, that's
on.
cool.
I'm sorry,
I
could you
agree.
repeat that?
You guys saw the Steam notification that said, like, there's a meeting starting at 9:30?
Yeah, that's how I found
Yes.
out.
Yeah. And then, okay, so I'm going to be having things like that, and whatever mods, administrators, I'm going to give them, admin powers of the Steam group so that, like, they can schedule things as well.
I'm good.
Fine by me. Of course, I have yet to join the CErver Steam group.
Now, this is going to be, like,
Right.
the last point that I have before we have, like, questions and stuff. And this one's probably going to get, like, the most, like, response and discussion, so that's why I saved it for last.
I'm ready.
Now, before I say this, I'm not saying this is happening or not. This is all, like, pending input and whatnot. I'm echoing?
No, other people.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry, I'm supposed to talk on
So-
my bad.
Like I was saying, I'm not saying this is happening. This is something that's pending community input. But I feel like, and Fair feels like, and a couple other people feel like,
I feel like it too.
like people, well, not people. Wait, who's that random person interrupting my important message? Can someone just ban him even though he hasn't done anything wrong?
Jalen. Okay, go ahead, Cole.
Okay. I mean, like, these are a lot of big changes that we're gonna be making, and I feel like, and a lot of other people feel like, who are in the staff, that they would be best implemented if we were to start, like, a clean slate. Now, before people freak out about that, things like stats and all that, that would carry over. In addition to that, World 1, 2, and 3 would be made immediately available for download along with the player files. So all you would have to do to get your stuff is find your name in the player files, copy that, paste it to your single player, and you would be in your exact location with all your items. Able to access everything. This is only if this happens.
Okay, that's not true.
Cue discussion.
Alright, well, here's my piece. I don't think World 3 has fully run its course yet, because I think at the moment it's the most short-lived world, I think. I don't think we've done all we can with it. I'm not saying that I would be completely against the restart, but I would advise that we carry this on for the rest of the summer, at least.
Plus,
That's
this world, the geography of this
understandable.
world is kind of bad. Like, it's just sort of bland. We would need to do better to come up with more diverse landscape.
My reasoning for discussing World 4 now is exactly for that reason, because, like, now summer's starting, now is, like, the perfect time, in my opinion, for, like, everyone's gonna be on here, like, hours and hours. Like, if I let this go on, and September rolls around, people are gonna be even more mad that I'm restarting after they dumped in, like, those summer hours into this.
I feel
Yeah,
like I feel like I'm the only person who's the exact opposite. My summer, I won't be on because during the day I'm not on, and my evenings are taken up by all my stage managing internship and my second job. So during college, I'm actually on for hours, and I literally just finished my big project Sultan. I talked to you about wanting to do another big project, so that would like be adding something to the server, and now suddenly, yeah, I know I'm in a small minority, but
Okay, let me
this
put
world
it
is
this
like,
way. Before we discuss this further, who's 100% against any sort of like world wipe where they would just rage quit forever and never come back?
me.
God damn, Rock.
90%.
No, I've spent so much friggin' time doing the acro stuff. I spent so much time. Yeah, Beans and Rice would be pissed too.
No,
Beans
Beans
actually said
happy.
he's gonna come back for World 4.
Oh god.
Okay, okay, one sec. Okay. I don't really know how to put any of this. The thing is, World 3 is... I'm not attached to it as much as I am 1 and 2. But that being... Like, and I don't like ending worlds when there's nothing wrong with the map. The reason we ended 1 is because of the 1.8 update. The reason we ended 2 is because of map corruption. And, like, there's no reason to end 3 aside from the politics of it.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that we shouldn't. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm saying that I think as the staff we're a bit biased in not discussing it, but I mean it's good that we're discussing it with the regulars, but I don't know if we are completely fair about this.
I agree with Eagle. You know, I was actually thinking about that before. If World 4 is going to come around, we should wait until the official update for something that's going to change, like horses. You know, that's a snapshot right now. It's not a legitimate thing yet. It's still in the works. It's not something that's completely been added. It's not the official update. So there's really, you know, we do World 4 and then it'd be like, oh, we don't have horses, sorry, and then everybody would be pissed about that.
Actually, that's not going to be a problem. Horses spawn in plain biomes like bats.
I think my main point though is that I find it not uncomfortable. I find it awkward to start a world when there's no problem with like generation or something in the game, rather when it's just us wanting something new out of it. I mean, we could have carried on with World 1 with the 1.8 update. I think we discovered after. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it just had those bad lighting bugs.
I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying I find it more justified to delete tons of hours of work when there's a legitimate problem with the game. Like World 2 had to go. As much as it sucked, it had to go because everything was messed up and it was, you know, servers were under stress and everything. This one, the question with this one is, do we want to change, because of how we're changing how we run things, should we delete everything?
It's not really deleting everything.
It's
going to be made publicly available like as soon as it's taken down. Like that same day it will be publicly available to anybody who wants it.
I would say I'm about 50-50 on this because I'm not at all attached to this world nearly as much as the other two. And but this one doesn't have, in my opinion, a legitimate enough reason.
The position I'm coming from is, look at it this way, like, activity-wise, we're, like, completely dead right now. And look at it from a new player's...
on this.
Look at it from a new player's perspective. Are you gonna want to stay on a server that has all this stuff built up, or are you gonna just go look for something that's, like...
But the thing with that argument, though, is with World 1 and 2, I think we pretty much had a steady flow of users even when we had stuff built up, and they would stick around. There's something going on with this world that people aren't latching onto like they did the last times.
I blame
because in World 1 and 2, we kept a steady flow of different people coming in, you know, coming through and maybe leaving, but some would stay. And I'm getting a little jumbled with my words at the moment. But I do think, for some reason, we had a healthier, better flow of an audience. There's something this year that hasn't been going as well as the past year.
Okay, so let me go down the line of people in here and ask each of you individually this question.
Can you go up instead?
I'm going from the top of the list down. Okay, so Locke, you're first on the list. I know you already said no, I just want to officially hear your opinion. Are you completely against a world reset?
Yeah, like Eagle said, you know, there's no technical reason to change. Like, World 2 was corrupted, and that's why the map had to be changed. Whereas this one, it's been incredibly short. I inboxed you about a project that I want to do. And I have
We are
the
trying to keep
perfect
this
place to
non-personal.
Hold up,
do
I have a
that.
comment to make.
But
This world has been incredibly short, just like RPG's dick.
Anyway,
Jeez.
Locke, I really agree with your argument. I do want to. We're trying to keep this non-personal about like the projects and whatnot. I mean, I know that, like, you know, I know, but like, we can't not restart or restart because of how someone's working on something.
I
It has
know.
to be like. But go ahead.
I know. Okay, I know that. I was going to say also, you know, Friendly cleared out that whole place behind Spawn. We could turn that into more plots for new people to give them a place to start. I mean, basically every other plot in Spawn is essentially taken or reserved, and people haven't done anything with them. So we can turn that into something.
Okay, Brad. Brad.
Okay, so I'll
What?
take all that into consideration now, Brad. Are you completely against a world reset, or are you for it?
What?
I said, are you completely against a world restart, or are you for it?
I'm for it.
So that's 1 against it, 1 for it. Do you have any reason why you're for it?
Anyway.
So, Brad, do you have any reasons why you're for it?
Well, our current world, the geography is not nearly as good as the other worlds. It's just sort of a bland construction, and plus, I want something like, with new world generation, we have a chance of getting something a lot better, and thus, like, you know, the old worlds, their geography was perfect.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I want something like that, like a chance for it at least.
Alright, I will take that into consideration now, Eagle. For it, against it, reason.
Okay. I would say this is difficult for me. I would say I'm about 60% for keeping it and maybe 40 for deleting it. I think since we're talking about how we want to change things because of the new things we're implementing and how we're saying that because of how we've been going about our politics, that's why we haven't had as good an audience. I don't think we should be too hasty. I think we should wait and see how our new implementation of these new policies on this world does before we actually restart. Because like with the advertisement thing, like if we start advertising now and we start getting like an influx of users, there's no point in deleting it, I would say. If the main argument is that people aren't coming because of how built up the world is, then I think we should wait until we implement the advertisement changes. But I would say I'm more leaning towards not deleting it yet.
Okay, I will take that into consideration now. FPG. For it, against it, reason.
Okay, so I'm for the whole restarting the world, mostly because this world feels sort of impersonal to me. Like, the Spawn was created in like a big Spawn competition, like a community set out together to build this cool Spawn.
That's a good point, and that brings me to something I wanted to mention. Like, I think on the next world, I don't really want to have like a pre-built Spawn. Like, we will have like server structures, but I don't want to have it just like where one person's work will represent everybody. I want it to be like everybody working on it.
Exactly, it just feels too personal. Like, I'm joining into a server that's like already gone, and more importantly, we haven't really had much like interaction with the server as a whole. Like, I remember World 2 when I first came on; it was very active. We did a lot more stuff overall with everything, and this server just seems impersonal to me.
Alright, we'll take that into consideration, and everybody else will get a chance to address anything else after everyone has had a turn. Jason, it's your turn. Are you for it, against it, and the reason?
I'm not really that partial to either one, but like I think someone mentioned it before, there's just something about this world that I don't feel is attached to it.
It just feels manufactured, I think.
So-
I think
so
that's
let
what
me-
turns a lot of people off.
Let me put
Eagle,
it
it's
this
not your
way.
turn.
If you had to pick for it or against it, which one are you leaning more towards?
I would say more towards for it, just because I would kind of want to do a little bit of a clean slate, but I can definitely understand why someone would say, no, not yet.
Yeah, of course. Alright, so I will take your opinion into consideration, and inane. For it, against it, reason. Inane is gonna type, so this is
Oh, we
gonna
wait for the
take a
typing.
little bit.
Do we want to get Tad or Pig while we wait?
I'd rather not yet, because it's gonna come up and... Okay,
You're
Inane
right.
wants to be skipped. Okay. So, Tad, I guess it's your turn now. For it, against it, reason.
Well, it's a tough decision. Brad, stop clicking. Tough decision, but I'm gonna have to say for it, because again, it feels impersonal to me. I'd like to do the thing where maybe we could somehow bring in, have called Vintage Town or something like that, where we bring in one person's structure from this world, maybe, or I don't know, somehow. I'm still working out that in my mind, but again, and I feel like there's a lot of junk scattered throughout the world, like broken buildings and stuff like that. That kind of just bugs me.
I agree with that.
I mean, I have towns, I have a farm now. I really wanted to settle down there, but in the end, I just feel like it's not as personal. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to agree with most of those points, especially with one about the garbage being scattered around. That's not a reason for me to delete it, but it's definitely something that bothers me.
Robot. He litters all over the world.
And I do like the Vintage Town idea. Maybe each active member could have one structure of theirs put in it, and it could be a collective kind of like a legacy town, I guess.
Yeah, I would be all for that.
Could we live there if wanted? Could we move our house?
I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, if you really want to, you could just set home in whatever structure you bring over.
Okay.
Okay, so Pig, it's now your turn. For it, against it, reason.
I'm actually against with starting a new world right now, because unlike everyone else here, I'm really attached to this world. You know how I've basically worked my ass off, unlike World 2, in which I contributed by blowing up a town called Ava.
Good job, Pig.
Yes, we all remember that.
In this world, I helped contribute to Arcadia, Azkaban, even some other places, and I'm trying to build my own town right now. That basically what Beans didn't make, I filled in. So I feel that I've made a lot of contributions. And that,
Bradley, go take out the trash.
Shut up, good job.
and
Go ahead, Pig.
And I feel that if this world gets reset, it'll feel like it was all for naught in a way. Although we still have to download, but it feels like that it kind of got washed away in a way. It was all a Shaggy Dog story, if you will.
I mean, we still have our videos that will be there forever of all our memories we had on the server, so it's not completely in vain. But I do understand where you're coming from.
Plus,
Bradley, stop. It's not your turn. That's very rude.
Raping
I have Bradley.
Brad, shut up.
Plus, I basically just finished a town, which I've been trying to encourage life into the server in whatever fucking way I could. With the town Remche, trying to be nice to others, terraforming spawns so there was more places to build and such. Jeez, that was hard.
That's admirable. You know, I just realized that RPG changed his name to FPG so he would go earlier, and now he changed it back.
Exactly.
That's why
I
I
only
was
realized
laughing.
that because I was about to call on him again, but then I realized he already went.
Grenade.
Can I say a comment real quick?
Grenade.
Oh, yeah, go ahead with the
Brad,
comment.
talk again and use your mod spot.
Just that, that we should reset until 1.6 just because of new dungeon generation.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. This does not necessarily decide it either way. Majority is not gonna be the deciding factor in this, but 5 people are for the wipe, 3 people are against the wipe. Just putting that out there.
Okay.
Oh, and I still have to wait for Ninane's input. Ninane, are you ready? Okay, okay. Time to read.
Holy crap.
Silence as everyone reads the paragraph.
Okay, question. Are you saying that the problem is that we brought over structures from other worlds? Or, like, one of the problems? Because I think, personally, having stuff from other worlds makes it feel as if, like, the work was not for naught. That's just me. But and let me be clear on this. I would be the most comfortable about this wipe than the other two. But I do think it's important to, like, keep stuff from other worlds. Like, we don't have to shove it in everyone's face like in Spawn. Like, maybe we don't need this to be free to add Spawn next time. We can set aside areas for these kinds of things that are more out of the way.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
I agree completely with that, but I also have a question for Ninade. This is actually pretty important to me, this question, because it gives me insight into something that I don't have right now. You said new users such as Error dislike the appeal of the map. What exactly is it that he doesn't like about it? Is it that thing you just mentioned, that it feels impossible to break into? Or is it like other things?
What is Ironton?
What is Ironton? Did you just ask that question?
Ironton was one of the big floating cities from World 2.
I don't know. I don't
When was it?
paying attention. World 2.
Guys, you broke Tad.
Damn it.
Where'd he go? I missed the whole
We needed
message.
him for things.
Tad!
Good point.
Oh, yeah, it is
Yeah.
really flat. It's not, like, built into anything. It's just...
Tad!
Yeah, I just want to throw this out there too. That's a very excellent point, Error. I want to say that something that bothered me about this world, and to a lesser extent the last one, World 1, nothing was created. Literally everything on that world came from, like, remember Spawn Town? That was, like, completely built by people. And the downfall of World 1 came, like, after we created, like, new Spawn with, like, manufactured plots and stuff. Like, I feel like people don't want that kind of manufactured plots. Like, it's nice to have an organized Spawn building, maybe, but after that, I feel like it should be just, like, left up in the air. Like, there still should be server buildings, but I don't like the idea of, like, pre-manufactured, laid-out plots and stuff like that.
Sultan.
That's a good point. Can I have a say something?
Sult.
Okay, Brad said something first, then Pig, and
I have a
then...
Me.
World
And then
3 was
RPG.
the one where Beans built Zephyr on steroids, right?
That was World 2.
That was World 2.
That was World 2? Wait, I thought World 1 was the spawn, like new spawn.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you had
So I
your
was here to
submarine,
World 1.
your U-boats.
World 2 was Tad Lake.
Okay, so now it's Pig's turn. He had a comment.
If we do start a new world, I was thinking that. Hold on, let me remute Brad. I was thinking
what?
that we could have like a few, like one or two buildings, like carried over from the like World 3 and such, but instead of like popping them like in Spawn, put them in a random area in the world and make them heavily destroyed looking.
Well,
Like
okay,
the Diamond Ruin?
not heavily
Yeah.
destroyed, I don't think.
Yeah.
That's something that we can do for, like, CEVP maps.
I was just about to say that. Save that for Eagles
Sultan.
maps.
Yeah.
Now,
No.
can I
And
make a
sort
comment?
of like-
Who's next? Go ahead.
Make it-
Sultan.
Make it sort of like a
Red shot,
landmark.
it's
to
Pig is
go
not
off of.
done.
Okay. Am I next or is someone else next?
I think
Your
Pig is
turn.
finishing up still.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
Alright.
Okay, RPG's turn and then Eagle's turn.
Okay, so I'm big on Let's Plays and stuff. So like the Hermitcraft and Minecraft, two big like servers, they have more of a personalized feel. Like it's not like this huge plot of terraformed land with all these big other people built buildings. It's like every building was made by someone else, and the spawn was like this big collaborative effort that made everyone feel like they're part of a team. This feels like, even though I'm staff, someone else just sort of did it. Like, I know I helped with some, I didn't help with anything, so that's probably where the feeling comes from. I feel like it should feel more personal, and everyone should have more of a hand in it than just being this big staff-only project.
That's a good point. I agree with that, actually. I do think for the new spawn, we shouldn't flatten anything, first off. We should have a spawn building. I think that's the one thing, and then that's like the extent of it. I think for this vintage town, we should carry, like, that vintage town. I really liked how to deal with that. That should be out of the way. I don't know why I'm actually motioning my hands right now. No one can see. It should be out of the way, and like it should be a warp. Like it shouldn't be shoved in your face when you get there, so you don't feel the manufactured aspects. I do understand that. I was even a part of a lot of spawn building, and even I feel as if like this has like no soul.
What I want, I want it to be like, for us, we know what it means, but to the new player who stumbles on it, it's like some forbidden city that they just happened across.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Now that vintage town, we could carry over, I think, more than one thing, to be honest. I know we're having World 3 up for download and everything, but just for the whole purpose of having a vintage town, I think we could carry over tons of stuff, and just to have it out of the way so it's not bothering anyone.
In the
You
sky.
never have to go there.
Like
We could carry over the Spleef Arena and put it there. We could carry over, the old spawn building, even the library. What else? I don't know. Just stuff.
Diamond Ruin?
Diamond Ruins, everything. And it's not in anyone's face. It's out of the way. No one ever has to go there if they don't want. It's mostly a museum, but it's just there to be there. I think it's important to, keep our past in mind.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Agree.
And also, if there's a way to carry over books, I will figure that out and make sure those are carried over.
Oh, I would hate to rewrite the encyclopedia. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to.
You'll probably do that with MC Edit, maybe?
Actually, I got a suggestion, Fulton.
Go ahead.
I do have transcripts of some of the books.
For like if we do start a new world, inside of the spawn building, we should have like a series of books on like what commands help to do and such.
What I was thinking is sort of a trail for new players to walk past, like a mock-up town, and command blocks tell them what they have to do, and then once they get to the end, they're teleported to like the spawn point, and then they just go from there.
I enjoy that idea.
Well, actually,
I also agree with Eagle on his whole vintage town bit.
I'm not sure on that, Sultan, because we just did say that we didn't want it to feel manufactured, and I think that might create a kind of aspect of artificialness. I mean, there should be like remember the second spawn in World 1 where there was like a little idiot test. Like
that's something what I meant. Like not necessarily a town.
Rather short.
Yeah, but with command blocks, like if you agree with this statement, stand on this pressure plate. If this one, stand on this pressure plate.
Nothing
like
fancy.
the tutorials,
and then it tells you what an idiot you are and kills you if you pick the wrong one.
Right.
I think it should be an optional thing, but not like you have to do this in order to get to spawn.
Well, no,
I just skip over those in any sort of class when they have those.
This is sort of an elaboration on what if World 4 happens.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, what do you guys think we should bring over? Like, should we bring stats? Should we bring money? Should we scrap that all? What?
Sultan.
Clean slate.
To be honest, though, money doesn't bother me. I'm fine with money being wiped. I really think the stats, like, people put so much time into that, and they're just pointless numbers at the end of the month, you know what I mean?
I was thinking that stats should always stay as, like, a legacy sort of thing.
I think stats should stay.
Like you see people on, like, GameFAQs with, like, such high karma, like, stats could be, like, our karma, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I just don't... Go ahead.
Carrying the stats over would definitely be an incentive for any returning players who aren't in this chat to be like, okay, I don't have to completely restart. Some of my stuff is still there. All right, I can deal with this.
Exactly.
And would jobs be carried over as well? That would be another big incentive.
I want to be a farmer.
To be honest, I think money should be the only thing that gets wiped.
The thing I like about levels is like new players will do like /MC top and be like, wow, look at that guy's stats. But the thing is, it's not so far off because they can get there themselves. It's just sort of like a wow factor.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it will show people's dedications and whatnot.
Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, like it hurts most to have things wiped when it's just numbers that you just grind it up. Like, because that's what you put the hours into that. Like that's what you put hours into. A lot of people come here and they end up spending more time on building up their stats to do things and not doing things as much. So it's just more of a slap in the face to get rid of the stats, I think.
And my thing with money is now that certain things are going to be free or non-existent, it's just going to be so overpowered that you have like $500,000 and nothing to spend it on but like diamonds, for example.
Nane is making some very good points in the chat if anybody's not seeing that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, money will be wiped. MCMMO and jobs I would like to keep.
I need to say something. Okay,
Here's
bring
my
over
suggestion,
D13, the military base.
I know that everyone pretty much praised by MCMMO at times, but roughly, I think the jobs and such are pretty good as well, but how about what if we cut all MCMMO skills in half, like upon the next world? Like, let's say at 500 mining, it gets cut in half to 250, and you have to build up from there.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do. Does it become more difficult to level certain things as the level gets higher?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So then that would defeat the purpose of doing that. That's like
my
a good
thing
idea on
is,
paper,
if we're gonna have things, we have about 800 unique player files, and I have to go into each individual one and have each individual stat by myself.
So it's either all or nothing on that.
Yeah,
I
is
think
an
we're
either all or nothing thing.
Can we do a vote on that? Or at least
Okay, I'll go down the line. Okay, Locke, yes or no with the stats and money. Which one?
Yes or no to what? Am I saying yes, get rid of them, or yes, keep them? Brad, stop it!
Just
you
say
are pissing
wipe or
me
not
off.
wipe.
Stop.
Me, kick Brad.
Stop it.
Okay. No, you have Tourette's. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, now that that's over, I'm gonna go down from the line. Okay, the question is, I'm gonna do MCMMO, then I'm gonna do money. Okay, so MCMMO, keep it or wipe it. Lock.
Keep MCMMO.
Okay, Brad, MCMMO, keep it or wipe it.
Keep it.
Okay. Tad, MCMMO, keep it or wipe it.
I want to say wipe, but I know nobody's going to agree with me, so keep it.
Okay. You keep it or wipe it.
I'm gonna say keep it. I would like to offer Tad the opportunity to say why, because I think he deserves
that's
the chance
fair.
to say so.
Let's hear it.
Because I feel like new players are going to get deterred and see that everybody's so high up, and then they can be killed like right away if, you know, somebody swings at them. It's like one-hit kill. So, I don't know.
Well, okay, to comment on that, actually, were you here, was he here for the killing discussion?
Yeah. I mean,
okay, well,
I mean, like in general, just like...
Okay.
Well,
like if we do
tally all the votes for the sake of continuity.
It's
if we
really,
do like team deathmatch or something like that.
See, it's one or the other. Like, Sultan and I agree with Sultan that people are going to see it and be inspired to level, and I guess what Tad's saying is they'd be more so intimidated. So it's really a 50-50, like, we don't know what they're going to think, I don't think.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Folks.
Alright, so Jason, now it's your turn. MCMO, keep it or wipe it?
Keep.
Alright, Nane, MCMMO, keep it or wipe it? Okay. Pig, keep it or wipe it, MCMMO?
Since having it is not an option, I'll go with keep.
Okay, RPG, keep it or wipe it?
I'm gonna go with wipe it. Like I said, everything feels sort of impersonal.
Wipe it like your ass.
There's like this level with like FTB. It's all modded. It doesn't feel like vanilla. In vanilla, it's like straight vanilla, no plugins. It's vanilla. This is sort of like this half sort of attempt to like a modded feel and a vanilla feel, and I just don't feel it works out well enough. And like
Alright.
at the point where everything can keep it and stuff, it just doesn't seem that much fun. Cause like I don't enjoy it, but I know some people do. And grinding like in RPGs, it's a big thing that people like to do, and it can also be fun. But yeah, I just feel like we should wipe it.
In this
Clean slate for the
case,
server, clean slate for everything.
I think I'm gonna have to say that we're gonna keep it because I only have 1.5 no's and like the overwhelming majority is saying yes, so for that reason we're gonna be keeping it in the event of World 4.
Here.
Now we're
money.
gonna do money.
How about the job
Back to the
plugin?
top of the list. I'll do that after money. Back to the top of the list. Lock. Money, keep it or wipe it.
I have a very, very quick question. Is anybody taking notes? Brad,
What
please.
the-
We're
Brad,
actually
I am
recording.
going to find you and kill you if you don't shut up.
I have the guns.
Brad, don't interrupt.
Okay.
I got him muted, so.
Yeah, I have
Is
both
anybody taking
Everybody is
taking
welcome.
minutes?
We are recording live, actually.
I know, but is anybody taking minutes as like a debrief?
Well, I mean, I could go make a debrief if we need to.
I have
Okay.
points that I'm taking for my own use.
Okay.
Sultan,
Okay.
do you need me here anymore?
If you
No,
have to
like
go
this-
do something, you can go do it. We're not talking about anything important anymore.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave just cause I don't have my
Hey,
medication right now.
Xanda, if you need
I'll take
to
everyone off.
mute Brad,
No
right click
problem.
on his name and hit local
He's
mute.
gone. He's gone. Go ahead.
It's not a problem anymore, but yeah, I know. I just didn't want to do that because I didn't know if he was going to say anything worthwhile or not, and I didn't want to miss
That's mean.
that. Anyway,
But I'm a mean person.
I say wipe the money. Clean slate, wipe the money, don't wipe it completely, but give everybody like the starting amount, whatever it is, 250 something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, the starting amount will
Yeah,
always be
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Clean slate.
fair enough. Tad, money, keep it or wipe it.
Wipe it.
Eagle, money, keep it or wipe it.
Wipe.
Jason, money, keep it or wipe it.
I'll say wipe just because I don't care either way.
Alright. Nanain, money, keep it or wipe it. Wipe. Okay. Pig, money, keep it or wipe it.
Use it to wipe my ass.
Okay.
That'd be kind of hard with
RPG,
internet.
You can take
money,
her off my
keep it or
jump
wipe
my
it.
ass. Ass. Wipe.
RP.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's wipe it.
So
This
we're
is-
pretty much unanimous on wiping money. Now it's time to discuss job levels. Lock,
Quit.
job levels, keep them or wipe them.
Keep them. This is all if we restart the world, correct?
These are ifs.
Okay, then keep jobs.
Okay, Tad, jobs, keep them or wipe them.
Wipe.
Alright. Eagle, jobs, keep them or wipe them.
I'm gonna say keep on this, and if I may put in a little 2 cents because we haven't really had a discussion on the jobs. I think the thing with money, how it's okay to wipe money, is that all of that is often a result of grinding for jobs and MCMMO. So that isn't as much of a loss to lose money. I
Yeah.
think people specifically grind for their job, so I do think we should keep jobs. for
Yeah,
that
they're
reason.
not usually grinding for money. They're usually grinding. That's a side effect.
And the money,
money.
right? The money is usually just like a gift.
The only person I can think of being affected by that is Rising, because I know he specifically
Oh,
was
yeah.
going for having a lot of money.
Server millionaire.
That does suck.
Now, Jason, job skills or wipe them or keep them? Or are you indifferent?
Can I ask, like, what's the benefit of being, like, a level 40 miner versus a level 30 miner?
You
money
get
than
a
you
lot
would
more
in
money per ore broken than you would if you were level 1. I believe diamond ore at level 1 is like $20 or something per diamond ore you break, and it's like 300 or something like that once you're level 40.
Let me
At
check.
29, I know it's like 900 something.
Okay, it's
Oh.
even more then.
So let me check.
No,
I
I
would
meant
probably say
90
keep.
something at 29. Sorry.
Alright. And Nanain, jobs, keep them or wipe them.
I don't think we're like changing money or stats or jobs unless we wipe, correct?
Yeah, no, of course
Okay.
not. Okay, that's a valid point Nane made. I'm gonna copy that and paste it to my notes.
What does that mean? Like 10,000? What does 10,000 an hour mean? Yeah,
Like,
but
if they're at, like, just grinding their job, that's what they're gonna make, compared to the other
Okay.
one.
okay.
It's not the only deciding factor, but it's definitely something worth taking into consideration.
I would be
And-
more okay with that being wiped than MCMMO. I think we do. If anything, we need to keep is MCMMO.
Alright. Now,
Go on.
Pig. Jobs, keep them or wipe them?
I'd actually be more partial to wiping them, because looking at the minor such, it's once you get up into the really, really high levels, it starts becoming really broken. For example, destroying an emerald ore gets you $167 at level 40.
Well, to be fair, Emerald Ore is very rare.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
pretty
honestly not that
insane.
rare. I can go mining for like 15 minutes and
RPG.
get 5.
Well,
And like redstone ore, you can get $5 just by breaking one, and if you have silk touch, you can replace the block, mine it again, and still get the money without losing
Well,
any.
It
That's
actually
excellent.
is designed, if it does that right now, it's because it's an error on my part. There's a thing where I can specify placing a block will cause you to lose money. If it's not in the system right now, I need to add it so that placing redstone ore as a miner causes you to lose it.
Yeah.
Yes, redstone ore is not on the list. I think obsidian is not on the list as well.
Obsidian's not on the list because a lot of people like to build with it, and it's really impractical to keep placing it and breaking it.
Yeah.
True, like me.
And
Now... Oh,
Trying to
sorry, Pig,
continue?
finish. Yeah, finish.
also, I'm not sure if we reset all the jobs, it sort of gives us a level playing field. It's like nobody's going to be racing to the top of the money charts really quick. We all, or the slight struggle. It's like, hey, dude, you have like 20 obsidian I can borrow, and it's like you don't have money to burn. It sort of brings a feeling of balance in a way, to be honest.
I agree with that. I kind of want... This is a point Fair actually brought up. I kind of want the mall to have sort of like a back seat, because right now what it is people just get like a ton of money and then like, okay, well, should I go get this or should I just go to the mall, spend 5 seconds there and just have everything I need to build? I mean, it's nice for convenience and like middle of the game, late game stuff, but I feel like it ruins like the early game.
Here's a solution: put like a zero in front of every price, so like $1 becomes $10 and such. So
Hmm.
that way,
okay, go ahead, Peg.
but maybe even like multiplying some of the prices, the more demand there is.
I
Like,
mean, I can either make it more expensive or just say like the mall will come like 3 months into the game.
I think the problem is that we center our economy around the mall. Like,
Yeah.
what's the mall price on
There's
that? Then I'll
really
make
no
it half
like
of that.
player-to-player transactions as much.
Yeah, the thing is, we have like this standard mall currency price. Like what is this in mall money and what is this in player money? You know what I mean?
how about turning the Roosevelt Mall into like not an infinite mall, but a non-infinite mall, like a limited supply before it has to be restocked, and it restocks at like once every month.
I think Nanaine is making that point in the chat in an inverted, in a roundabout way that's connected.
I
So yeah,
think
basically what you're saying is
that
infinite. Go ahead.
I have 2 solutions. We could either make the spawn mall more expensive, or we could just not have a quote spawn mall and instead have like just have it for player shops. That way
back
players
to
are
World
still
One.
dictating the economy, not
Yeah.
spawn.
That's
We
a
have
good-
this thing where we keep
The
using
downside
Roosevelt.
would be that there would be a lot of things not in there, but people would have the incentive to find those things and put them in there so they could have like a monopoly on it or compete for it, which would be
That's
interesting.
a good point. Things like Ender portal blocks and Nether stars, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
First off, you can't legitimately get an Ender portal block. Would we have a way to get those, or are we just going to not have that anymore?
I would prefer to have like a dedicated building where if you have X amount of money, you can contact a staff member who has spawning capabilities, aka an admin. They'll deduct that money from you and give you the item.
I like that idea.
That's a good idea too.
Okay.
It's my turn.
I feel like this is my idea. I feel my opinion. I feel like the mall is almost essential to brand new starting players, because they like if you don't have like the basic materials that you need to build, you're gonna die like the first night if you're not really good at finding stuff and making an emergency shelter and all that stuff. If you're not good at that, you're gonna die. So if you can go to the mall and just buy some wood, get some seeds so you can actually eat,
You are
maybe...
given a starter kit, to be fair. Okay,
you're given a starter kit, but I think maybe we'll have just like one quote beginner shop that will sell like things like first night things, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Could there also be basic building block stuff like dirt, stone, cobble?
Who needs to buy it?
Yeah, but for seeds, I'm gonna say if anything, we'll put like cooked pork in there because for seeds, it'd be better if they just have to gather their own.
Okay.
I think just keeping the dirty shovel from the original Roosevelt Mall.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Maybe take out
works.
take the diamond shovel out of it.
Yeah.
And maybe up the price of the iron shovel by like 10 times.
I just want diamonds to
I think we're
mean
focusing
something
on the fine
again.
details.
Yeah, that's right.
So, if we do
I
this,
have a turn.
Oh yeah, and RPG
yeah,
never
sorry.
got his turn. RPG jobs keep them or wipe them.
I definitely say we should wipe them. If we're wiping money, we should sort of wipe them because it's just another way to get more money. Like, wiping money will sort of be pointless for the average person if they can still retain the weight to make money.
You know what's interesting here is that wiping actually beat out keeping by 4 to 3.
RPG actually made a very good point. I wasn't really thinking about this, but you get money strictly from jobs, so I would actually probably switch to wiping. Because
So that's 5 and 3.
5-2 actually.
5-2, yeah, it takes one away, my bad. Okay. Good point, RPG.
So I was saying about the mall, we could make that player made. Then you're saying like I would prefer that we could keep the mall structure because that's just like a tradition of ours.
Yeah.
I don't know if we wanted at spawn to avoid the whole manufacturer feeling. We could have a warp for it, maybe.
I have an idea.
Maybe a hidden place.
I wouldn't say hidden. I would say just out of the way, because right now we're dancing on this fine line of seeming manufactured and seeming not hardcore, but like organic. And it's like, what do we have available right in your face when you get here, and what do we not have? I think is an important thing we need to watch ourselves on. Go ahead.
Actually, you brought up an interesting point. We could have a warp there, and if it was player made, that's from Eagles. So we'd have a warp there. It'd be out of the way. Maybe try to make it some really cool looking built into, I don't know, make it look really organic and pretty and awesome. And then for like the shop part, keep the shops we have, like the Nyan Cat and like the record store, but have them be like managered, for lack of a better term. I can't think of it right now, but have them be managered by players. So somebody would own the record store. Somebody would take the responsibility of the dirty shovel. Somebody would take responsibility for the farm store. So that way we'd have the different shops, but it'd still be player run.
Well, that is, I like the idea in as an idea, but I think if we actually trying to start enforce that, the guy who runs the nether shop is gone, or he's just not doing his job. Like, what do we do?
Okay, so then in that case, somebody would have to decide to step up to the plate, and there could be issues with it, but
I'm not just trying to poke holes. I'm just saying, like,
thanks.
thinking about what could happen.
I have a more decentralized idea for that, as also a money sink solution. People could bid for a mall shop, and the highest bidder will get that shop, but they'll be given a decent amount of items to stock it with, and they'll get the proceeds from that. So you spend a certain amount of money, but then you will make money that that shop sells. So you'll still have to stock it with your own items, but you'll also get a nice amount of items spawned for you to put in the shop for people to buy.
Yeah, my only fear is that someone's gonna disappear and we won't have someone to stock anything. In which case, it's like, oh, you do this, and it's like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
But
Go ahead.
When at the Esquivel Mall, I built that skull fucking shop. I made damn sure it was stocked to the fucking brim.
yeah, but that's because you're always here. Like, well, let's say friggin' Alex Turbo was in charge of the wool shop.
God, I miss
Hypothetically,
Alex.
if this world started with that system and he was in charge of that, like, it would not be being stocked ever.
The other thing is that when things come from a spawner, they're a lot easier to get a hold of in stock than, like, for example, if someone made a nether quartz door.
I did.
Can I have a definition of a money sink? What does that mean? Maybe I'm
Something
just
like
being
to
naive.
spend money on.
Okay.
And the money doesn't necessarily go anywhere. Like, residence would be an example.
Oh, so it just kind of disappears and.
But I think money sinks
Okay.
can be good.
Yeah.
I think the best money sink would, you know, those head auctions we had.
Yeah.
I think we should have some like Sultan said, something like that for the mall, but with like increments instead of like bidding one up. You have to bid like increments of like 5,000 or 10,000 and such. That way, you're
I still want a fair head.
pretty much you
Can I
have
ask-
to dedicate yourself to the server in order to have a mall.
Can I ask Nanae a question? I'm not sure where you stand on the money sink thing. Are you saying that we should have money sinks or we shouldn't?
She's saying we should them pretty soon.
Okay, I agree. You're right.
I
would
agree
like,
too.
and I proposed this a while ago. I enjoy like the sculpting thing. Like I like making things. I would have liked to have gotten into that more. Like on World 1, I had this shop. I took the proceeds for myself back then, which was probably not fair at all. Because I would go into creative and then build them. Or actually, I wasn't in creative, but I would fly and spawn them.
Yeah, there was no creative yet.
Right. But I would be up for doing something like that.
Was there even flying back then? I don't think so.
There was flying.
Oh,
We could fly.
okay.
Oh wait, maybe I just
No,
compassed that.
compass.
Oh yeah, you're
There was
right.
no
Oh my god, we
flying.
couldn't even fly. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
if you fell off, you were screwed.
Dude, that's been so long.
I
would turn God on and then get my compass.
Oh, right.
I know I bought a statue. For
Remember
you.
before we
Take
were
the
like
nice
admins, we'd use like dirt scaffolding, and if you fell off that,
Yeah.
you'd be so mad.
That was ridiculous. So yeah, like, I think we could create a lot of like admin or like staff done things for people to spend money on. I do think the prices for the statues this world were a bit steep. Like no one wanted to pay 21k or what was it? I can't remember.
45k.
Yeah, 45k for a statue of themselves that they could make themselves if they spent maybe a couple days on it. So like, I would be up for doing something like that. And I don't know if Sultan or Tad or Matt or anyone would be up for doing some kind of thing for people to spend money on.
Yeah,
It's unique.
no, of course, that would be definitely necessary.
Can I
I
put
felt
an order in for a statue?
Sure.
Yay.
I won't
Does
build it now
anybody
though.
have anything they want to say before I go on to the closing?
Well, I think a nice idea of a money sink is like, you know, we have the PvP, right?
Okay, after Pig the name.
I think we should do like betting on like the fights and such, the PvP fights.
Yeah.
Or like the fight pits. The fight pit I
That
made in
could be an
Renche.
interesting money sink.
The thing is, I don't know how if the plugin works for that like built into it, but we can obviously do that player to player. It's just
Yeah.
amount of trust, really.
Yeah, make a
Um,
little grandstand and have a little warp there, like outside the playing area.
I want
PvP
to be
being
able
brought
to
up.
make it so that there is a physical representation of the money. Like, let's say, but it's like only for that instance. Like, let's say a gold ingot represents $1,000. If you drop that gold ingot, like after putting in a command or something, the gold ingot you drop represents $1,000. Whoever picks up that specific gold ingot gets that $1,000. It's not like any gold ingot is worth $1,000. And
I
then
mean-
after that point, like everybody could throw it into like a pot, and then whoever wins just takes all those ingots, and they have that money.
And like redeem them.
Yeah.
Okay. Or we could use like an item that's not like a gold ingot, so people can't like try to scam us, like a
Some
rare.
sort of item that you can't normally get.
Yeah, like the friggin' pumpkin stem.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna let Nanae go because she was before me. Go ahead. But I have something to say about PvP.
All right, you're next.
One half.
Waiting for 2.5.
Nene, just as a comment on this, I hope you go into detail as to like what that would look like, because I can't really envision it on my own. I know of another server that actually has the signs working for warping.
We used to have that at the beginning of World 3. I scrapped it though.
Oh.
Aww.
Just as a...
I can bring it back if that's a feature you guys prefer instead of just
Yay.
commands.
I got a little lost. What are we talking about with the?
Warp signs instead of like /warp, whatever. You have to
So-
punch the sign to warp.
Does that mean you have to go to a specific place to warp?
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Warp station.
I would like that, because, you know,
Thing is,
for new players that want...
We had a
Legal.
building for that, and nobody liked it.
See-
Or
I'm trying to address that and you interrupted me. I would actually like that, because I know a lot of new players are like, they always ask me, like, where can I go to explore? I'm like, because all our warps are to already, like, pre-built towns, or pre-built places. Yeah, you could walk 1,000 blocks and then explore, but if we had a warp to, like, the wild, you know, that'd be really
Okay.
handy.
question then. So, assuming we had all these warp signs that spawn somewhere, is that what we would do for the record? Like how?
Rather than have a warp command.
Right? Is that what we're saying?
Oh, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just letting people talk and taking notes. I never said that
Okay.
we're gonna do that.
All right. Well. Oh, okay. I was confused. I thought we were talking about like warping. We're not saying like if I'm in Arcadia and I want to go to Azkaban, I don't have to walk my ass over.
That'd be horrible.
Yeah, I feel like
Crying right for that.
I feel like in addition to the warp commands, you know, if somebody wants to go explore a random area, we could have different warps set. I don't know, just an idea. Sure. That's anyways. Yeah, exactly. So like warp to... Yeah, they could have like a warp to the wild, quote unquote.
The only thing is, the longer something is wild, the less wild it becomes. As stupid as that sounds.
Yeah.
So
Like
then
as
have
well.
a few different wilds. I don't know.
Oh, I was thinking about if we do lighten the plugin load enough, maybe I can just take World Border off. I mean, we have a pretty strong server.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the only problem with that is it creates problems when terrain updates come, and then like people are gonna have to go like 5,000 blocks out.
Maybe we should keep it then, because I think it's most important to preserve new terrain for possible future updates.
Like I'll
Then-
keep it, but it'll be more generous than it
Yeah.
was previously. Now, what I was thinking, if we do a new... Actually, no, I'm not going to address that now. I don't think that's something we should talk about yet.
Can I make a point as to if we don't? Well, never mind.
Remember in World 2 when Jungles came out, we pushed the border out and then people found them?
Yeah.
Same
was
with
perfect.
mushroom biomes.
I remember
It's because there
that.
haven't been any terrain changes since World 3 started. That's why we haven't done it yet.
Basically.
But on World 2 it happened twice.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I feel that the world border was kind of really, really tight this time around. I feel that as soon as we start the server, I feel that we need at least like a 4,000 radius.
Radius or diameter? There's a big difference.
There is. I'm not good at math. Explain.
Radius is from the
Radius is half
center
the circle.
out. Diameter is the entire distance across the circle. So a radius of 4,000 would be a diameter of 8,000.
A radius of 4,000 blocks, basically, from where the spawn building is to the edge. I think we started out with a radius of like 2,000, right?
I can't speak for
Smaller.
that.
It was smaller than that.
Yeah, it was freaking small.
I remember somebody saying it was only 500 radius.
500 was World 2 when it first started.
Okay, then maybe that's where I got that number
And
from.
then Maxim's Town took up the whole thing.
Old New Hancock.
Yeah. But I feel that a lot of the manufacturedness came from such a lack of room. If we had like a bigger area to explore, we can feel more organic in a way. Like, well, this world was not really a good example because half of it was flooded by an ocean.
Yeah, oh, that was
That's
horrible.
true.
So,
Just
maybe
gotta
if-
overcome, kid. Overcome.
Okay, so I'm kind of off topic on this, but I was gonna make a point. CEVP, we're keeping that, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Fuck yeah.
That's
Now,
a popular
we are-
pastime.
We are keeping the maps then, because I
Yeah,
would like to keep.
I'm
the
gonna
maps.
keep that whole world.
Okay. That's all.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything before I start the ending of everything?
As
AP,
as
like
to
men.
what? As
Like
to
any
anything?
comments that haven't been addressed yet?
The police
I
system
may
you
have
brought up.
one.
Go ahead.
The side server, what is being done with that?
Right
you.
now, nothing really. We're just gonna put Feed the Beast back on it.
Okay, I feel
I
that
play that
we
too.
should use that for maybe special events instead of having it up all the time because I feel like it might divide the server. But that's just me. You guys can disagree. That's fine.
agree.
That's a good opinion. I agree with that.
I'm kind of divided on that. I'm divided on Division. I think.
Yeah, I remember, because some people can't
Yeah,
play like Feed the Beast and
that's
stuff
true.
like that.
It's really nice to have it.
Like I think that it would be better if it was like Feed the Beast weekend that you upload the world like maybe once a month for like a weekend or something like that people were doing, or I don't know. Just if the world like becomes stagnant, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Coming after this.
That's really true. And I'm biased because I enjoyed Feed the
I mean,
Beast.
that's the reason why I didn't start like World 1 on a side server, because I thought like people would just play that and not touch the other servers. And they probably would have if I started World 2 and just ran World 1 on a side server.
Can I make a comment about the side server thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
FTV. If we do like take that down, can I at least get like a copy of the map? Because I spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah,
like,
no, of course, yeah.
That's the main source of my FTV playing.
Speaking of copies and downloading, are we like sure that we can do that? Because I know we were
I
discussing
have World
putting-
1 and 2 up, I just didn't say anything about them.
Oh, because I know that there was like an issue with size.
No, I have a premium account with
Okay.
Mediafire, so I can upload whatever I want.
Can we tell them about our goddamn plan back then that never came to fruition? With the guy?
The
Oh,
what?
that
I'm
guy just
sorry.
stopped responding, so...
Can we tell them?
Yeah, I was
Like,
trying to
everyone's
have
wondering.
like World like 1, 2, and 3 combined into like one like mega map, but the guy who was some experienced mapper just stopped responding, so that
It
never
was-
happened.
Actually, a friend of Vex.
Yeah.
Name?
Some guy who worked with like a bunch of
Name was,
Minecraft LPers.
Fang.
Yeah.
Fang, I
Never heard
believe,
of
yeah.
Well,
Because looking back, that would have been the exact opposite of what we're trying to make now.
Yeah.
Which is an organic, friendly-looking world. I do, and this is, I'm going off on a tangent now, but I do think we need to be careful that we don't end up... Right now, we're worried about manufacturing, like, a manufactured world, but now we're trying to manufacture an organic feel. So we have to be careful to not like
Not
try hard on
force it,
this.
yeah.
Right, exactly. Because if we're like, oh, yeah, look how organic this is, look how everything's made by like it's we have to find this median. I think.
Yeah, that's why if World 4 becomes a thing, I'm not going to interfere with building that much. Like, we'll do our own things and we'll let it appear that way.
Yeah.
Hell,
I guess
I'll
that's.
be-
How do we feel on bringing over like books?
Books,
Is
Keep
it
some bugs.
possible?
if there's a way to bring them over, I would definitely, without hesitation, bring all of them.
I
We
do
probably
have
use them to edit.
transcripts of some of the books. Worst case scenario, we could just rewrite them. We take screenshots of the pages if need be. I don't think we're gonna lose anything if we don't have Sir Monocle's book. But anyone who's
Probably
active and
don't
wants
have
their
that.
book taken over and we can't find like a plug-in way to do it, we can always take pictures or get the transcript, just copy it down somewhere.
Yeah. I'll figure this all out if we have to cross that bridge.
To be honest, I feel like I don't need my books to be transcripted over because I feel that they're not really that good.
Oh no.
Monocle's never met me, I guess.
Yeah, I know in Dean's house, he has like a big wall filled with rankings of all the mods.
Yeah, I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
I
Mac
think
was on the bottom.
Someone
Tad's
else-
thing was like, he's a good guy. He helps out when he can. I remember that one.
Mine was that I'm good, but I always AFK.
Yes, yes.
I was at the
His
top.
show was on the
I
top.
wasn't even there.
You weren't a thing yet.
I'm
Okay, so
aware
maybe
of
you're
that.
closing because I know it's probably
Pissed
past your
off.
bedtime.
Okay. What I really wanted to do was just run through the list again and see if anybody changed their mind either way about a World 4, so I will start at the top of the list. I'm not going to ask for reasons this time because I already have everybody's reasons. I just need to know for it or against it, so top of the list. Block for it or against it, World 4.
I love World 3. I'm against a change.
Okay.
At least for now.
Tad for it or against it.
4.
Eagle for it or against it.
I'm gonna say, judging from the things that we've said, if they all come to fruition, I would say 4.
Okay. Jason for it or against it.
I'm gonna still say 4.
Alright. Nene for it or against it. And what is Error? He's
is
for
Error.
it as well. Okay, Pig for it or against it.
Against it until the horse update.
Okay, let me make a note of that.
That's my thing as well. I'm sorry I
Yeah,
didn't
we
say that
might as
before.
well wait until there's the next update. I agree.
Yeah, the next update really won't affect much, though.
Alright,
I mean, if it
RPG
doesn't, then it
for it
does.
or against it?
For it.
For it. Okay, so we have one more person for it, which is Eagle, assuming everything that we talked about happens. And we have 2 people that are conditional, which is they're for it after the horse update.
Yeah, that gives us something to... That gives us a reason to update it. Just like with the Nether and every other world.
And also, how about with the World 2 video, like you did an overview of all the towns that were made?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great! I have to
Yeah.
make one of those.
I think
Yeah.
we should all have a part in it this time.
yeah,
It
that'd
should
be
be
nice.
like an everybody kind of
I'll
thing.
do something,
We
sorta.
did want to do that with World 1 and 2, but
The
it never
comments
happened.
felt ghastly
Yeah.
in the second world.
I wasn't even in the
Well,
credits of
empty.
World 2.
I'm sorry, you were inactive at the time of the ending.
I remember robbing your house in World 2, Locke.
Yeah, I remember finding the big dirt pile. I was like, excuse me, I thought griefing was illegal. And then I forget who it was that helped, but like they apologized and rolled it back and gave me my shit back.
Yeah, that was me.
Thanks.
So,
I had to relocate because of that. Anyways.
I feel like we actually had like a productive, professionally conducted thing
One
just now.
problem. Pig, you stole my redstone torches over at my house.
Now, when are we going to decide on all of this?
I can return those back to you right now.
I will have
Okay,
an
I think
official
so.
decision within the
Actually,
next
yeah,
2
yeah.
weeks. And the supposed release date for 1.6 is May 2013, so we should know this month what's happening.
Okay.
What was the decision on having a vintage town? Are we each like given one building to bring over, or can we bring over a bunch of stuffs?
So far, it's gonna be at least one.
I think, to be honest, if we're gonna do a vintage town, there's no point in having a restriction. Like, if we were doing no vintage town, it would make sense to only bring one. It's like, you take one thing that you want and you get to have that. But since we're dedicating a whole area to a vintage town, I think we should go all out, so to speak.
Is that how
That's just
everybody
what I think,
feels,
I don't
or is
know.
that just Eagle?
I think if we're gonna do that, we should allot a certain size first and then fill it. That way we don't just keep pasting things and pasting things until the
That's what I
whole
mean.
map is pretty much this world pasted on a new world.
That could be fun.
Now, are there certain builds that we want to take over that like wouldn't belong in the vintage town, but also wouldn't be in Spawn?
My funeral home place.
Like, for example,
AP likes men.
and I'm not just
AP
saying this,
likes men.
I don't
AP
particularly.
likes men.
Catchy.
AP likes men. AP likes
Right.
men. AP likes men.
Looks like we met our quota.
I'm not okay. Just as an example, for I don't know if you were listening before, but like, buildings to take over that wouldn't go in Spawn as to not make it look manufactured, but not also in the vintage town, like a different warp for it. Like back when we had a warp in World 2 for the library, and I don't particularly even care if the library gets carried over to World 3 or not, but I'm saying, like, would that be a thing that we could do, or are we against doing that?
I'm not against doing that. Just as
'Cause,
long
like-
as the spawn is left, like,
Right.
regular.
We leave the Spawn organic looking, and we can like take certain things, like the spleef. I know we don't play it that much, we don't use it that much, but we do have that, like, the tradition of taking it. We
Yeah.
can put it
What
somewhere.
What about all the Ponja Spell arenas? Should we line those up
No,
if they're moved or no?
I
just
would
think
like
we
to,
never.
but it kind of just, like, died after, like, 2
yeah.
weeks. The
Well,
thing
it died
is,
Cool
like,
because
area
Tone
died.
Bone left.
it was a nice idea, but the thing is, it's reliant on, like, a player referee, not an actual system, so there's
Yeah.
always that room for error. Or, not error, you can't play it unless you have someone willing to sit out and watch.
Hell, I'm the official referee.
Maybe we can take one as a memory to the sport.
Then I recommend Woodson's because he has an amazing layout.
Yeah,
or
that-
should we
that's
do
nice
the or should we do the original?
Either the original or Woodson's.
Those
I
are
would
the
think.
two I would.
Talking about all of this, I just want to again restate that I think, like, one of the most important things moving ahead is preserving the past, but not shoving it in new people's faces. I think like that is like
Of
my
course.
platform.
Of course.
Basically.
I don't think anybody disagrees with that.
Okay.
Hell, I think the Askeval Clock Tower is a
Yes.
good contribution for the vintage.
Yeah.
Don't defy me, Nanade.
Because it's not in the face, looks really good, and doesn't really take up that much room. Sure, it
Yeah,
could be
it's
a
just
bit
vertical.
taller. Could be a bit taller, in my opinion.
Wait, what's being brought in?
Clock Tower,
Yeah.
we're discussing that.
Okay,
This is all detail and stuff for, like, the vintage town.
Something like
Right.
my Askeval Inn would probably be a bit too big for the vintage town, in my opinion. But
Since we're talking about wiping, hypothetically, I just want to say that I fucking hate Arcadia.
You do?
Yeah.
It's an
Aw.
octagon, Angel. You need to love
I just
it.
Can we?
I'm
Nurture
actually gonna place Elysium
Care.
above Arcadia.
Why?
be
I
honest,
mean, I don't know.
Place a
Elysium-
what?
Elysium was not as pretty as Arcadia, but it's more functional.
be honest, I put my heart out into making my house look good in Arcadia.
I like your house; it's beautiful. Every fucking thing I made.
And then Ninja's upside down house. That's
He did.
incredible.
He did a good job on that too.
The thing is with
Yeah.
Arcadia, it's like for the vintage town. Like, what do you even take over for Arcadia?
Yeah, it's
My house.
yeah. Oh, what about RPG's little tram jobby? That shouldn't be disregarded.
Holy
Oh, the
crap.
inchworm,
That's the
Yeah.
best thing ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
tram jobby.
the flying machine, the
You
tram
fucking called it a
jobby.
tram jobby.
I say
You know, I
jobby
gotta head
all
out
the
for now.
time.
We should take that
Alright,
as
later.
a vintage town.
Bye, Ted.
I mean, I gotta sign off,
Ted.
Mumble. I'll probably be on GTA in a little, Sultan, if you're going on. Later, everybody.
Good night.
Alright.
Tag it.
Bye,
See.
Ted.
Damn. God, that asshole.
So,
I was talking.
I miss him already.
so we're talking more like everything basically is if we restart the world. That's basically the basis of every discussion so far. If we restart
Yes.
the world, this happens, except for like the political punishments and all that stuff. And granted, some plugins could be implemented, or some plugin cuts could be implemented now. But basically, we're talking if the world restarts. So I guess the one thing we really need to decide is, are we going to keep it at least until the horse update, or are we scrapping this and implementing a new world? And if we are, Sultan, I have a couple amazing seeds that you might like that are not completely oceans.
To comment on the whole when are we or if we are, I think the only
do it
downside
tomorrow.
to waiting for the horse update is like we're basically in purgatory right now. Like I don't think anyone would want to work on anything right now.
Well, it would
That's
give people
true.
it would give people an opportunity to be like, oh, I can bring one thing. Maybe I need to finish this. Maybe I need to put final touches on that. Blah blah blah. It'd give them a chance to like.
Okay, but it would only go
Wrap
into
up
Vintage
loose
Town.
ends.
for the
How
record.
about this? We will have an official answer by this coming Friday, so 1 week from today.
I mean, I don't at this
Okay.
point with the discussion we've had, and I'm not like saying this, but like it looks like it's gonna be happening from my perspective, from how I see it. No, I'm not saying that as an admin. I'm saying that from a participant in the discussion.
It
It's
does
like-
seem
I
pretty
feel that too.
favorable for that.
And it's a bit morose, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
I still stand. I'd rather not have a world restart. Just I don't know. I'm one of the few people that feels really attached to this world. Maybe it's because I invested more time in this one than I did the previous one, and I didn't know about the previous world ending. But
I mean,
If
we
everything-
can download these, and I think that might
True.
be. I don't know. I mean, if for the aspect of like not having your work just completely like disintegrated,
yeah, there is
we
that.
can download. So
Yeah.
And it'll be like the same day it goes down, it will be up, so
Right.
there's no loss there.
Okay. And you know, if all these changes are implemented, and if Vintage Town and like organic spawn and community stuff, and if all that's implemented, then I guess I don't know. I guess I'd be more okay with it.
I mean, my whole thing is that like if we start a World 4 and we're doing shit like we're doing it now, then it's not worth it. And it's stupid. But the whole point of us
Yes.
starting a World 4 is to do things differently.
Yes.
Yeah, like all the hardcore elements are pretty much being removed.
Well, we still
Pretty much if it's vanilla, it's acceptable.
well
Can I say
Except for
something?
duplication glitches, of course.
yeah. Well, okay, maybe I need a definition of hardcore for you, because personally I feel like vanilla is hardcore. I mean, God, I can't play single player
kind of
anymore
is
because if I didn't have all the MCMMO stuff and all the plugins,
I mean,
I'd
like
die.
where we like allow theft, we tax death, everything costs money, stuff like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, basically tax to breathe.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but then keep in mind that the server was originally created with it was originally tagged with the whole survival economy.
Actually,
So
it
if you-
wasn't. That was
it
towards
wasn't?
the end of World 1. Everybody wants World 1 back, but ever since like the end of World 1, that's when survival economy started. There weren't even shops until like the end of World 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, I liked World 2's implementation of like things, but I wasn't really around for that because I nuked the city.
I sort of just hit a mountain house home thingy. It was half built. I didn't know what was going on.
Can I just
I mean-
point out, if we have a World 4, that's fucking crazy. How long
Why?
have we been around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 worlds. Holy shit.
It's coming up on 3 years.
Yeah.
And I've been around for one of them.
I've been
Feel
I
oh,
first
jeez.
logged on 2 years ago, but I've been like really around for a year and a
I
half.
think you guys are high because 2 years ago it was like May 2011 and I wasn't here yet.
Okay.
I
Well,
remember
I've
like
definitely
the
been here a
last
year, 'cause
quarter of
I came during the summer.
2.
Center got banned.
Yeah, that was
almost a
about,
year.
I think, what was it? The summer of 2012, so.
Yeah, it was definitely during the summer, and it
Yeah.
wasn't in 2011.
Right.
Ugh.
I
Wow.
remember Xanth was not banned when I logged on the
Yeah.
first time. And that everybody wanted to ban me because they thought that I was like a spammer and my internet was just lagging really badly.
I don't remember that.
No,
Just
it
don't
was,
wanna ban you, Luck.
it was
Speaking of
tagged
bands, can I bring something up?
But
Go ahead.
The ban list.
What about it?
What will be done with it at the start of World 4? Will it be like removed? Only certain
Oh,
people be remain banned?
I'm gonna remove it with the I think we should do all or nothing. For the benefit of everybody, I'm gonna give it a clean start.
Okay. And
I mean, it'll give us more people to ban initially. Like if they come back
What about-
just to be stupid,
what about like our notorious villains?
such as
Xanth,
Uber.
Uber. Oh, I mean, I don't fucking
I
care
don't
about
even
Uber.
remember any of these
Xanth
people.
can stay banned. I'll let everyone else go though. They'll
What
have
about
one
Morton?
more chance.
Wait, Xanth is banned now?
Yeah, we banned him. Like, wait, did we ban him?
No, he's not banned. He quit this time.
No.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
I mean,
They're
my
always
thing
back.
is now since we're either tomorrow or the next day or by next week, we're gonna write up our concrete rules. People who mess up one time, who come back from the ban list, we'll just ban them again. There's nothing lost there.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so are they the only exceptions to the whole, like, if you do this, then this? Like, if they're basically on probation. If they fuck up one little thing one more time, they're gone again?
This is a new world. This is a new slate.
Okay.
So they'll be treated like anyone
Yeah.
else would be for their offense.
Okay.
There's
I
not
guess-
going to be like the same leniency.
I guess I just misunderstood somebody there.
Nene, get back here. Nene.
By the way, did
You look- sounds like
Legatos
you're
and
abusing
FYS
women.
ever get
Oh
unjailed?
no, my wing.
What?
Oh no, his wig.
Did Legatos and FYS ever get unjailed? Because Legatos and FYS were pestering me to tell you that they were still jailed and wanted to be unjailed.
They don't even deserve it, okay? They've broken more rules than should be allowed, and they got off so many friggin' times they should just be banned.
I get off to them.
Great.
I was checking porn. Like, is it just like a thing that you check, like a social media site? Oh, well, I was watching the latest porn.
Where
We're
did that
watching
come
animal
from?
porn.
You know, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how productive this has been.
Brad was
I
coming.
thought it was gonna be complete chaos to be honest. But
Yeah.
Aside from Slenderman Brad, I guess it's kind of our thing. We always have to have a Slenderman in the Mumble chat. It always happens without fail. Yeah.
Anyway, I really don't. Yeah, World 3 becomes less and less important to me as the days go by. I don't know.
I mean, I
Water
put a lot
flowing
of time
underground?
into this.
Yeah, I mean, I
and
did too. It's just,
Look
well,
at,
you know
look
the
at
thing is,
basketball. I expanded that whole business district, but I just can't bring
Yeah.
myself to work on it.
basically,
Maybe
I
something
fall
cool
in
for
love
the
with whatever
finale.
world we're on in the summer. Like, if you start World 2 in the summer, I'm in love with it all the way through, and then I'm attached to it, and I will, like, murder your children if you take it away from me.
That
But with
is-
this one, I only had World 3 for, like, 1 week of summer, and then, like, I just never really got into that mode where I just worked on shit.
All
I
we
basically
really did was
worked
like
it.
just mess around.
This is really a mess around world, to be honest, for me at least.
I worked the shit out of basketball.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a year now that I've been working on that basement thing, and oh my god. I put so much time into that.
Yeah, Woodbury, I didn't really give a shit about, but...
Anyone want to play PvP?
Sure.
Right now?
Kill you.
I haven't played in a month, and I have to.
I'll
will
play
get on
like
to
one
watch.
round, and then
I
I'll
will-
have to leave.
Sultan's Betty bye.
Yeah.
TDM.
Working on you! Fuckface! Okay.
TDM.
No, wait, I wanna watch. I'm trying to
Alright,
learn
log in.
Minecraft.
I'm not gonna start yet. Good
Oh.
old block for it.
Oh, someone's having an orgasm.
No.
RPG, did you leave that open in a tab? Oh, Saboteur, the completely broken class. Yep, playing that.
I love how I
Oh,
beautify my entire property and I
Guess what's
just
on the
see
right?
blocks
Scoreboard.
where Enderman
I don't
decided
have
to mess
time
it
for
up.
your shit. I'm playing.
Oh yeah, we got a scoreboard now.
Cool.
Forgot to mention that's part of the new update for Battle Arena.
Okay,
Let's do this,
get
mother.
me there.
So,
Somebody-
we already started. I'm sorry. Nene can teleport you.
no.
I'm a Viking, bitch.
Darn it.
Oh, look at me. I'm half visible. What's the point? Sultan,
What?
you drink an invisibility potion, you're basically visible.
What do you
Do
mean?
you, do you see me? Or is it just so I can see me, maybe?
I think it's just so people on your team can see you.
Oh, that's cool.
Where
Because
are
I can
you?
see a faint outline of myself.
Can you tell me what color you're on? I'm not gonna come hunt you because you tell me what color you're on.
I'm on red.
Yeah, I don't see you at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have like a little outline just for me, I guess.
I have
Yeah.
a problem. Somebody griefed my mountain.
I will come look at it after this.
There's
That's-
only 2 people other than me that...
You remember those spiders from that level of the last Vex we did? How you could partially see
Inferno
them?
Mine.
Oh, fuck those.
It's like so that
Look like
people
that.
on your team can see where you are.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's cool.
Is there any way somebody can teleport me so I can observe, or is it all...
I can. If Sultan would stop trying to shove a sword at my ass. Fucker.
Could I,
You know you love it.
could I be able to fly as well, or...
Yeah, one sec. TPO lock. GM lock.
Thanks.
I'm the one that you can't see.
I like the only sub angle that has no powers whatsoever.
Why the fuck does RPG have 15 points?
It says 21 for me.
Now it says 21, yeah.
I don't know how they calculate it.
Weird. I got 1 kill and I got 1 point. Okay, why is RPG getting, like, that makes no sense.
7 points per death.
And I get 1. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter what the scoreboard says, but it's kind of distracting, I guess.
Yeah, I only get 1
the
point when
floating
I
sword.
get a kill.
Does
Maybe it's
dying
kill
in
streak.
deathmatch get rid of your experience?
Maybe it's a kill
No.
streak.
I have not played Deathmatch in the longest time, oh my god.
Minecraft in the longest time.
Yeah, too.
I was gonna make this gigantic
Fucker!
statue.
Fucker!
Did I even
all
hit
the way
you?
to the sky with
Yeah,
it.
I'm like down to like 2.5.
That would have taken way too long.
Deathmatches are straight impossible without an admin.
Yeah. Would that be something we'd want to change, just so, people could have fun while... If, no staff are on, or...
Killed each other, fuck.
I'd like to make it available for trusted people because I see it becoming a spam problem, like people canceling and starting and being like, oh, join TDM. And people are like, nah man, I want to
Or
build.
like doing it to like escape something.
Yeah.
Because basically if you're like in trouble, that's like a safe zone. Just start a match.
Yeah, like someone's about to kill you and you just do that, or you're in lava, like DM create.
Oh, God.
How
I
much
saw
did I
the
damage you,
ground
RPG?
moving.
How much
He
did
hit the ground running. 91 points, what the fuck?
Wow.
91, what?
He only
How
has
many-
13 kills, but he has 91 points.
How many people are playing?
Just me, Sultan, RPG, and Pig.
Okay.
Okay, Monk Stab is overpowered.
Ah!
You're overpowered.
Hey, you stole my kill. Oh wait, no, I killed RPG.
I thought Monk was a joke class.
It is. It's a
Mage
triple
is a
these.
joke class.
I honestly, when I selected Monk, I honestly thought there were only, 15 potions, and then I clicked the inventory and I was like, oh, I have a couple stacks.
Yeah, it's
Mage is the
Yeah.
joke class.
mages for complete pusses.
Just like Archer.
Well,
I
I think
can't-
it
Archer's
could
not
use
for
a buff.
pusses!
I cannot PvP, so I kind of need the
Fucking
wuss
hell.
class. I can't PvP for the life of me.
Sultan, and they just called me an agate.
Isn't that a rock?
Yes, it is.
Agate!
I'm so glad I'm not the only person that knew that.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know what
agate.
the fucking agate is.
Agate. It's a type of rock.
Get fucked! Ah, shit.
Oh, I almost got a double kill.
Getting back in the groove of things, I'm gonna kick y'all asses.
If this were a server box episode, I would request that that be the title of
The name, my
the video.
birthstone is
Isn't that a
opal.
rock?
My birthstone's an opal.
Hey, Sultan, have you seen
Love
the
me.
stats of my axe skill?
Whoa, why are there... Oh, fireworks
If-
go off at the end, that's cool.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
Things
it's
better
green
now.
it's green for the start and red for the end.
Everything
With
got better
Super
when I
Breaker
left.
and Serrated
What does that
Strikes and
say?
all that stuff.
I haven't used
Hey.
the plugin though.
Sultan,
Huh?
type MC top axes.
Nice.
Staying alive, staying alive.
Alright guys, I gotta
which-
go now.
Oh,
Oh, good night.
the name play a game with
That
us.
was a good meeting and all that. Thank
never
you
mind. Okay,
guys.
good.